Listen closely, chosen one. What I'm about to share with you isn't mere knowledge, it's ignition. The treasure placed within you was never crafted to be average. It was never meant to fade into the background or squeeze itself into the narrow expectations of other people. Before we move another step, I want you to act. Right now, type warmest wishes in the comments below. And if this message is resonating in your spirit, drop those 777 as a declaration that you're ready for what's unfolding. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. This is sacred ground, a prophetic atmosphere created specifically for chosen ones like you who are prepared to step into divine purpose without apology. What you carry was never designed to be small. Long before you understood what was forming inside you, the Master Creator was architecting something capable of shifting generations and awakening nations from spiritual sleep. This gift wasn't entrusted to you so you could live cautiously, blend in quietly, and settle for comfortable mediocrity. It was woven into your very DNA to release power, to disrupt stagnant systems, and introduce a frequency this world has been longing for. You may have spent years wondering why you felt different, why your thoughts operated on a wavelength others couldn't quite access, why your vision stretched far beyond what your circumstances suggested was possible. That wasn't confusion. That was confirmation. The gift inside you has always been too weighty to be reduced to ordinary, and deep within, even during seasons of doubt, you've known it. There was a time when you felt invisible, like your voice disappeared into empty air, unrecognized by the very people who should have valued you, overlooked by those who claimed to understand you, underestimated by individuals who had no idea what was being cultivated within your spirit. But understand this, that hidden season was not neglect. It was strategy. While you believed you were being ignored, you were actually being developed. The wilderness you endured, the storms that tried to shatter you, the isolation that felt like rejection, all of it was refining your gift in ways exposure never could. Heaven was shielding what it was shaping. You were concealed until the appointed time, until your gift had been purified to such a degree that when it finally emerged, there would be no question about its source. You were never forgotten. You were being formed in secret so that when you stepped into the light, you would carry authority that only comes from surviving fire without losing your flame. What you carry has dimensions most people will never fully grasp. It isn't just talent. It isn't just skill. It cannot be measured by metrics or taught in a classroom. Your gift operates across realms at once. It carries sound. It carries vision. It carries frequency. When you enter a room, you don't merely occupy space. You shift atmosphere. Your presence unlocks things in people. It awakens what trauma tried to bury. It opens doors in consciousness that fear tried to seal shut. It heals places medicine cannot reach. It sparks awakenings sermons fail to produce. It initiates transformations therapy alone cannot complete. This is supernatural territory. Others may possess talent, but you carry assignment wrapped in human expression. A talent can entertain. Your gift transforms. A talent can impress. Your gift imprints itself on the soul and alters the direction of a life. For years, you've existed in rooms that felt too small for your spirit. Conversations that couldn't contain your ideas. Spaces where your dreams unsettled people because they couldn't see what you saw. You faced resistance, seen and unseen. Battled thoughts that tried to convince you your gift was fantasy. Wrestled insecurity that whispered you were arrogant for believing you were marked for something greater. Endured doubt reflected in the eyes of people you loved. Being misunderstood is one of the heaviest burdens a chosen one carries. It forces a decision, shrink to fit someone else's perception, or stand firm in a truth only you and God fully understand. And despite the pressure, you didn't fold. Despite every invitation to make yourself smaller, you stood your ground. Despite the logic that said blending in would be easier, you refused to dilute who you are. You remained humble when you could have defended yourself. You stayed quiet when you could have demanded recognition. You trusted divine timing even when your natural mind was screaming that you were falling behind. You didn't force your way into rooms. You didn't manipulate connections to gain access. You didn't compromise your integrity just to accelerate a process that was always meant to unfold according to heaven's calendar, not Earth's clock. You waited for the signal, that unmistakable inner confirmation that it was time to move, time to speak, time to step forward. And while you were waiting, you did something that separated you from those who only talk about potential. You kept building when no one applauded. You kept creating when no one was watching. You kept sharpening your gift without an audience. That kind of faithfulness in obscurity creates foundations that cannot be shaken when visibility arrives. Through every season of questioning, every moment you wondered if you imagined the whole calling, the gift never died. The flame may have flickered, it may have dimmed to embers during your darkest nights, but it never went out. Something inside you refused to let it die. A relentless persistence, a holy stubbornness, a refusal to believe that the pain, the preparation, the promises were meaningless. And now, after years of simply surviving, something is changing. That small flame you've protected in secret, the one you fed with faith when circumstances screamed hopelessness, it's becoming a fire. Not a reckless fire that destroys without purpose, but a refining fire, a transforming fire. You can feel it, can't you? The shift isn't theoretical anymore. It's tangible. This is no longer about someday. It's about now. The unveiling of who you truly are and what you truly carry is not a distant possibility waiting for perfect conditions. It is a mandate. Pressure has been building like water behind a dam, and the release is unavoidable. The season of delay is over. You are not waiting anymore. You are being launched. You can sense it in your spirit. This isn't imagination. It isn't wishful thinking trying to comfort you. It's divine timing colliding with your preparation, creating momentum that nothing in the natural realm can restrain. You're beginning to see the signs. People are asking about you, not casually, but with real curiosity. Doors are opening without you knocking. Opportunities are appearing without you striving or proving your worth. Conversations are happening about you in rooms you've never stepped into. Decisions are forming in spaces you didn't even know existed. The alignments are too precise to be coincidence. The synchronicities too consistent to dismiss. Even connections from your past, relationships thought were finished, are resurfacing, not by accident. The universe is rearranging itself to accommodate what is about to unfold through you. Your spirit has known this all along. Your moment has arrived, and it's far greater than anything you imagined during those long years of waiting. What separates you from many others who crave recognition is this: you didn't chase attention, you pursued assignment. While others built platforms, you built character. While others obsessed over appearance, you committed to substance. While others pursued applause, you pursued transformation. You chose truth when deception would have been easier and even more profitable. You carried light into dark places when blending into the shadows would have been safer. The shock that's coming isn't just about what you do, it's about who you are. It's about the purity you maintained when compromise was offered. The authenticity you protected when pressure demanded performance. When people encounter you, they won't simply meet someone gifted. They will meet someone transformed. And that difference will be undeniable. Your name is about to be spoken in rooms of influence, in spaces where decisions shape nations, in circles where movements are born. Collaborations are coming that you never applied for. Favor is flowing that you never begged for. Because what you carry was designed to attract the right connections. Your reach is global. The limitations you've lived under were never permanent. They were preparation. Everything that felt too confined for your spirit was meant to feel that way. You were never created to remain there. You were passing through. collecting wisdom, resilience, insight, gathering what you would need for what lies ahead. The impact that's about to unfold isn't rooted in fame. It isn't about ego. It has nothing to do with status symbols or success. The shock will come from the purity of power flowing through you, from the elegance of authenticity that cannot be manufactured, from the clarity of voice that only comes from years spent listening in secret before speaking in public. Even those who dismissed you, who underestimated you, who quietly mocked your vision, they will stand in awe of what emerges. And the beautiful part, their astonishment won't inflate your ego, because you'll know the truth. What they're witnessing isn't self-promotion, it's fulfillment. It's promise unfolding. It's heaven keeping its word. The effect of your gift will shake systems, not through force or aggression, but through the introduction of truth and light into places long governed by confusion and compromise. Lives will change because of encounters with you. There will be people standing at crossroads, and what you carry will be the very influence that redirects them toward destiny instead of destruction. The ripple effect will stretch beyond what you'll ever fully see in this lifetime. Generations will benefit from obedience you chose in private. When people experience what flows through you, they won't be able to reduce it to talent or explain it with logic. They will come to one unavoidable conclusion. This isn't ordinary. This is divine, and that is exactly what your life was designed to reveal. Not to glorify yourself, but to point clearly to the source behind everything you carry. The season of shrinking is finished. Stop apologizing for existing. Stop muting your strength to make others comfortable. Stop operating at half capacity because you're afraid of intimidating people. You are stepping into divine authority, and authority demands boldness. Do you know what makes someone truly formidable in the spiritual realm? It's not the one who boasts about their abilities, not the one who constantly nunces what they can do, not the one performing for applause and validation. The most powerful force is a chosen one who understands their gift, guards it with wisdom, sharpens it with discipline, and releases it with intention. You are becoming powerful in the purest sense because you're finally recognizing that the world needs what you've been concealing. There are people starving for what you've been hesitant to share. You were not born to be visible for celebration. You were born to be visible so others could witness God moving through a human vessel in real time. Your presence is becoming magnetic in a way that goes beyond charisma or charm. When you walk into a room now, something shifts before you even speak. And when you do speak, atmospheres adjust to the frequency you carry. You communicate substance, not performance. There is a weight on your life that cannot be faked. There's a fragrance of destiny surrounding you. People may not have language for it, but they feel it. It draws the sincere closer while making the counterfeit uncomfortable. You're no longer trying to be digestible for everyone. You're no longer reshaping yourself to fit into spaces that were never designed to hold you. You are simply being who you were created to be, and that authenticity is more powerful than strategy, more effective than marketing, more impactful than any platform. What once took years to build is about to manifest in days. What seemed impossible based on your resources, connections, or circumstances is becoming natural and effortless. You have entered a season of acceleration. The usual laws of time and progression are no longer applying to you the same way. This is not hustle culture. This is divine intervention. Momentum has been released on your behalf. The years of faithful obscurity are being compensated. The belief that others questioned is being vindicated, and the breakthroughs coming will defy logic. What should take years will unfold in weeks. Doors that normally require decades of networking will open with a single divine introduction. You are no longer waiting to be discovered. You are becoming undeniable. Invitations are already forming. Platforms are preparing to request your voice. Opportunities are being arranged by hands you may never see. You are becoming undeniable, not because you forced visibility, not because you manufactured influence, but because what you carry is too significant to remain concealed. The world is being prepared for your emergence at the same time you are being prepared for the world. This is not about transforming into someone new. It's about fully stepping into who you have always been beneath the layers of fear, doubt, and conformity you had to shed during preparation. You are embracing your true identity. And true identity carries authority that doesn't need to announce itself. It simply exists. But with elevation comes wisdom. Not everyone who suddenly wants access to you deserves it. Not every person reconnecting after distance has pure intentions. Some will seek proximity out of curiosity. Some will want association once your light becomes undeniable. Some will want to say they knew you before. This season requires discernment. Guard your energy like royalty. Be intentional about who occupies space in your life. Understand that access to you is a privilege, not a right. You don't need to be harsh. But you must be selective. You don't need everyone. You need alignment. You don't need noise. You need clarity. The fog that once clouded your direction is lifting. Confusion is dissolving. But as your light intensifies, expect resistance. This is not to discourage you, it is to prepare you. When light rises, darkness reacts. When truth surfaces, deceptio trembles. When freedom manifests, bondage grows uncomfortable. There will be people offended, not because you harmed them, but because you refuse to remain small. Your growth exposes their stagnation. Your breakthrough challenges their excuses. That is not your burden to carry. The opposition is expected. But here is the good news. You were trained for this. Every hardship you endured was sharpening you for this very hour. Every betrayal that broke your heart was quietly removing those who would have sabotaged this season. Every delay that frustrated you was divine alignment, ensuring you didn't arrive before you were strong enough to sustain what you were about to carry. Now you are sharper, wiser, stronger, more precise than you have ever been. This is not just a moment around you. It is a movement through you. People will encounter you and leave changed, not only because of what you say, though your words will carry undeniable weight, not only because of what you do, though your actions will inspire. They will be transformed because of what you carry. The presence, the frequency, the anointing refined through years of hidden faithfulness. Your life itself is prophetic. Your existence communicates a message. Your journey preaches without a microphone. Your breakthrough declares that God still honors his promises. When people witness what unfolds in your life, they won't simply celebrate you. They will rediscover hope for themselves. Your testimony will give them permission to believe again, to try again, to dream again. This assignment is not local, it is global. Your gift was never limited to your neighborhood, your circle, or a small audience that feels safe. It was designed to influence cultures, to shift systems, to impact nations. The world has not yet seen you fully awakened. It has not witnessed what happens when you operate in the fullness of your calling without apology or hesitation. There is a space in the earth only you can fill. A need uniquely designed for your combination of gift, experience, and anointing. You do not require human approval. Heaven has already validated you. You do not need applause to be empowered. You need obedience. You are not here to audition for acceptance. You are here to announce transformation. When others say it's impossible based on your background, your resources, your education, you will say it is inevitable because you know who stands behind you. When the world sees you operating in the fullness of what you carry, there will be only one reasonable conclusion. This must be God. Purpose prevails. Light prevails. Destiny cannot be denied. Your emergence is not simply about you stepping into visibility. It is an announcement to everyone watching that change has arrived, that what once seemed impossible is becoming reality. that what was hidden is now being revealed. You are not a copy of something that already exists. You are not a passing trend that fades when the next wave comes. You are an original design, a blueprint released for this specific hour. What is unfolding is not hype. It is history in motion. The quiet progress of previous seasons is giving way to visible breakthrough. The preparation phase is closing. The unveiling has begun. So release your gift. Release it with boldness. Release it with conviction. Release it with holy confidence that what you carry is necessary. Do not shrink now. Do not minimize yourself after all this preparation. Do not retreat when you have been trained for impact. This is destiny, not delusion. This is divine timing, not wishful thinking. The world is about to awaken because of what flows through you. They will be stunned, not because you are trying to shock them, but because they have never encountered, read anything quite like you. They will fall silent in awe when they witness what happens when a chosen one stops hiding and fully steps into their calling. Your gift will not merely inspire. It will shift atmospheres. It will transform lives. It will shake systems. And when it does, everyone will understand that what they are witnessing is not human achievement. It is divine manifestation. Now walk in it, own it, release it. The world is waiting.